Welcome to the A+ EdTech podcast. My name is Ashley McBride, and I'm an instructional technology facilitator in the state of North Carolina. In this episode, we're going to be talking about some educational news from this week and some EdTech news. Our very first story is about the National Center for Learning Disabilities, and they have created the Every Student Succeeds Act toolkit for parents. Now, this toolkit is actually created for advocacy for their student, whether that be at the school level or if it's at the level of talking to different lawmakers. It has a number of different worksheets that parents can fill out to keep certain information together, important phone numbers, other parents who would also like to advocate, and some scripts for them to follow if they're having trouble coming up with what they want to say or what they need to say. While this resource is very much a guide, there are some articles on the right-hand side next to the resource that actually explain a little bit more in depth as to the difference between the new ESSA laws and the No Child Left Behind laws. So that's good information for them to have as well. Teachers may want to read through this and suggest it to parents who have a child with a disability. You can access this toolkit and other resources that go along with it by going to ncld.org, or you can go to understood.org. Our next story from this week comes from First Book Book Bank. First Book is a nonprofit organization that works to address educational inequity. They've recently expanded their operations, and they now provide eligible educators who are serving low-income children from birth to 18 with free books in bulk quantities for only the price of shipping and handling. So this is great for classroom teachers who need class sets of books for their students, or for libraries, before school programs, after school programs, museums, shelters, clinics. Any of those places can benefit from this. To find out if your organization is eligible or to apply to get some of these books, all you have to do is visit their website at www.fbbookbank.org. Now let's turn a little bit more toward tech news. This week, Google was in trouble for having fake news broadcasted for its little snippets. So, for instance, if you were to ask Google Home a question, it might give you a disturbing answer. And this is according to Fortune Technology News. So if you were to ask Google Home how many presidents were in the Ku Klux Klan, it would tell you 4, even though there's absolutely no evidence to that. It also showed that if you were to ask for whether or not President Obama was planning a coup against Donald Trump, it would pull information from a website that was written by conspiracy theorists who said, yes, he is in cahoots with Chinese communists. Google has said that they fixed the problem and that they're working harder to make sure that the information that comes out of their site is actually correct. Now, this is a good opportunity for you to pull this article that I found and post it in your class and have a good class discussion about it and start having those conversations about how do we know what is real news if even some of the stuff that we find on Google isn't real. March 16th through the 18th, South by Southwest Gaming Expo will host all the newest games. One VR game is going to be extra special because it is a design created by NYU students from the Tanden School of Engineering. They will be debuting a game that provides the player with a close-up view of the cellular process which creates new blood vessels. Now, when I originally read this story, I didn't realize that they were debuting it. I must have missed that word, but I went ahead and looked up Tanden Vision, And if you pull that up, then it is actually a recruiting tool that they used to show off some of their work in the past. And you can put this Tanden Vision into a VR headset and allow students to go and be in a Mars rover. And once they're in the Mars rover, they can go and dig up dirt samples. And it's an interesting experience that way as well. There is a video of what they plan to debut on YouTube, and you can find the link in the show notes. Our final story for this episode takes us to the world of Minecraft. In 2016, Minecraft for Education was launched. And now the Council for Economic Education has created 2 free Minecraft lesson plans for teachers to use. One of them is on choices, costs, and benefits. And the second one is called Productive Resources. The Council for Economic Education has said that they do plan on continuing to create plans tied to economic concepts. Now, I personally have never taught using Minecraft. It's something that I'm interested in. And if anybody out there has taught using Minecraft, I would love to bring you on the show as an expert. Or if you have expertise in another educational area, I'm also interested in hearing from you. You can find me on Twitter at A+EdTech, or you can join me at my website at aplusedtech.com.